Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AS Roma Theory. Again, it's the day after, which it's even worse than the actual day. And I always say this, but it is. Where do we start? Because there are a lot of things which I need to say. And don't get me wrong, a lot of these things are always the same things. But I really don't care. I'm going to repeat them again and again and again in hope that someone part of Roma watches this video. Now, I'm just joking, but at the end of the day, it's always the same mistakes. You know, it's and that is effectively what makes matches boring, because it's not like we try something new. It's always the same errors. It's always the same mistakes. But I guess we'll start with a little comment on the match. Now, I mean, unlike Udinese, we did. And I mean, Mourinho said this in the post match interview. You know, we deserved something from it. You know, we hit the post. There were a potential few penalties which the ref could have given. But again, after such a performance, I'm not in a position to criticize the ref. There were definitely glimpses of us where we played better than against Udinese. But at the end of the day, you look at the points we took home. And if the performance is good, if the performance is bad, again, we lost 3 points. So the outcomes are the same as the Udinese game. And as much as it feels like maybe we played a bit better than Udinese, unfortunately, the results are the same. Now, I will say, obviously, we did play better than them. And I'm going to say it again. I think just like the Udinese match, it's not like they won this match. It's us which lost this match. We lost this match ourselves because we conceded 2 goals, which were the most ridiculous goals to concede. The first goal was it's very hard for me to explain what happened and what our defensive tactics were for that first goal. I mean, Ibanez, I generally don't know what he was thinking. The guy runs into the box. What does Ibanez do? No, he doesn't go towards him and press him and potentially get the ball away from him. No, wait, what does he do? He goes the other direction. So, it's these, and this puts to mind that we gifted them the 3 points. Now, I'll be honest with you. I thought that the matches against Ludogorets were the easiest matches in this Europa League group stage. And I'm also in a position to say that if we don't get 3 points against Helsinki on Thursday, we're out of Europa League. We're either back in the Conference League or we are out of the Europa League definitely. Because Helsinki is, I think Helsinki away is going to be a tough match. Real Betis, if we play like this, both games, it's going to be pretty hard. And if we don't get the 3 points at home against Helsinki, it's going to be bad. So, again, I think that... And I'm going to start this match reaction with the same thing I said in yesterday's live watch-along at half-time and also at the end. We have no gameplay. We do not know what to do with the ball. Now, this sounds like a very big statement, as if I'm pretending... As if I'm saying that the team doesn't know how to play football. And I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is that the team doesn't know what to do with the ball. And that is a big problem. We do not physically know what to do with the ball beneath our feet. And what does that lead us to do? That leads us to perform only back passes. Smalling to Mancini, Mancini to Cristante. Cristante's a sloth, so what does he do? He either tries to go long and he bottles it, or either passes it back to the goalkeeper or the defenders. It's always like this. We don't risk anything. You never see, someone getting the ball going forward. You never see someone gifting the ball long. You never see someone chip the ball into the box. You never see that. You always see boring gameplays. And that is a big problem. That is a big problem because if we don't know how to play, we don't know how to score. And if we don't score, we will not get points from any matches. And if there's, the biggest problem in this start of the season was exactly this. We're not good at scoring. We're not good at finishing. That's our big problem. Now, I will say that I think, again, everyone needs to take responsibilities, but I think, I mean, actually, we'll speak about Mourinho's decisions and what Mourinho said in the post interview in a second. What I will say, and I've reflected about this, we miss Zaniolo so much. The reality of this is exactly this. We lack Zaniolo in our attacking section. Zaniolo is the only player out of everyone in this team who gets the ball and drives forward. No one else does it if it's not Zaniolo. And people can criticize Zaniolo as much as they want, but Zaniolo is the player who, in my opinion, changes these games. Don't get me wrong, Dybala has his great moments, but he can't do everything by himself. Tammy's having a bad moment. Belotti played bad yesterday. Pellegrini's having a bad moment. We miss Zaniolo so much. That's the reality. We miss him so much. We lack someone who drives the ball forwards. And at the end of the day, when Zaniolo drags the ball forward, he's the other players around him are forced to do the same and drive forward as well. Because otherwise, if they don't, what does Zaniolo do? He's selfish and he shoots. So we miss Zaniolo so much. Now, updates on Zaniolo. He's out on Monday against Empoli. But, that's the bad news. But there are also some good news because Zaniolo's recovery is going really well. It's a speedy recovery. He was determined to get back on the pitch. He's out against Empoli. He's in a question mark against Atalanta. He should be 100% available against Inter Milan. Mourinho wants him against Atalanta. And another thing, speaking about injuries, Tammy Abraham is back and will most probably start on Monday against Empoli. We've got a couple of days to really reassess everything because Empoli is kind of a last call. I mean, not a last call because it's the start of the season. And one thing which I will say is that we're extremely lucky that this moment is at the start of the season. We are so lucky that these matches are happening right now. Because if these matches were happening in March, in April, we would be screwed. That is that's the part of the season where any points we lose are going, it's going to be bad for our table and everything. Because those are, we're coming towards March and April with the game weeks, which mean everything. So I'm really happy that this moment is happening right now. Because at the end of the day, it had to happen. We aren't Real Madrid. I think something to say is that the fact that we bought Dybala, Wijnaldum, these players, the fact that we won Conference League does not mean that we reached the top, that we reached our big objectives. This is a continuous process of growth. We have not reached perfection. Therefore, it was inevitable at the start of the season that we were going to face some tough moments. And we are very lucky that these tough moments have, are now. Because this gives us time to reset everything, to eliminate, to play better, to then face bigger games, bigger game weeks with a better approach. And that hopefully is, I think, I think that's what will happen. I really hope that will happen. One thing which I would say is that this is looking like a similar situation to Bodo last season. Don't get me wrong. Bodo was us slipping up a match, really slipping up, and then it had some repercussions on our mentality and everything. We come from two games where we concede 6 goals. It hurt us. We're in a bad state, but we have the best manager in the world when it comes to sorting out the mentality side of these players. Let's not forget that last season when we lost 6-1 to Bodo, after that match, everything changed. After that match, we won a Conference League. We battered our biggest rivals in a derby. We played well against Juventus. We did lose against Juventus at home, but we can't hide the fact that for 70 minutes we played amazing football. That performance last season changed us. And I hope that these performances are going to change us, and that starting from Monday, we're back at it with a different approach, with a different mentality. And that's why I would not be surprised if we get 3 points against Empoli, get 3 points against Helsinki, and even get 3 points against Atalanta. Because Mourinho is the best coach when it comes to the mentality side. Mourinho is really, he's a psychologist to these players when it comes to the mental side, these emotions. And we've seen this happen last season. This isn't something new. Mourinho knows how to deal with these players. And this is why I think, I'm going to say it again, it's very good for us that this happened right now and not in a way more important stage of the season. Now, one thing which I think Mourinho does get wrong, though, is decision making and tactics. Because as much as, I've said it, Mourinho's the best manager when it comes to sorting out mentality, I'm not liking Mourinho's decisions, and I am not liking Mourinho's tactics. Yes, at the end of the day, it's the players who play and not the manager, but it's the managers. It's the manager who gives tactics. And right now, we do not have tactics. We don't have tactics. No one can name a tactic in this team because we don't. There is no creativity in this team. There is no speed in this team. So that's something which needs to be sorted out. And when I say decision making, I mean, I don't like how Mourinho is fixed on some players. I do not like how Mourinho needs to start some players. And if he doesn't start these players, it's, something bad will happen to him. I don't like Mourinho's obsessions. There you go. And one of these obsessions is seeing the Cristante-Matic duo in the midfielder. Why did we have to start Matic and Cristante in against Ludogorets yesterday when Bove, Kamara, Volpato all got subbed in yesterday, and the 10 minutes they played, we bagged the goal, and the performance already was better. I don't like how he's obsessed to start some players, and he feels this urge to start these players. If there's one thing which we understood from these game weeks, is that Cristante and Matic are not good together. They are too slow. Playing with Cristante and Matic together is like playing with a koala and a sloth in your midfielder. When your opponents start running, Matic and Cristante have a completely different rhythm. They can't stand counterattacks. And when our opponents understand that is their biggest problem, what do? They exploit Cristante and Matic to do that. Cristante and Matic are two virtually equal players. Starting them together should be illegal. That's why against Empoli, I don't want to see Cristante and Matic start. And, you see, I'm seeing a very similar, it's just the start of the season, but I'm seeing a very similar situation to when Solskjaer at Manchester United felt as if he had to start Fred and McTominay in the midfielder, which are absolutely shit. Cristante and Matic are they aren't shit because I think Matic has a lot of experience. What I'm saying is that they're shit together. Matic, in my opinion, is one of the best players who has started the season. But when he plays next to Cristante, he just turns into what's his name, Yoda from Star Wars. And that is, I think, what I want to see against Empoli. I don't want to see Cristante. I want to see Bove. I do not want to see Matic. I want to see Kamara. And I'm thinking about not starting Pellegrini and start Volpato. I don't like Mourinho's obsessions, and that's what I mean. But again, I think he's the best manager to sort out these problems, these gaps, these mental gaps, and I'm sure about it. I'm very positive because I like to be positive. But when Mourinho yesterday, I'm not sure if you followed it, but in the post-match interview, he protected the team, and he has done really well to do that. Because after 4 game weeks, yes, you can start having some criticisms, but you cannot start be pointing your finger to players and say, you're shit, you're shit, you're shit. Because, yes, you need to do that if these performances continue, but this may easily be us slipping up, and now we're back at it. Against Empoli, this is why it's a very important match. If we were to lose against Empoli as well, then that is where we need to start blaming players. But overall, right now, it's important to protect the team, and that's exactly what Mourinho did. And yeah, I think overall, we have to be better. I'm saying it again. I like being positive, and one thing which I will say, which is weird, but kind of links in with my positivity, is, again, mark my words. I love saying this. Mark my words. Clip this. I'm gonna clip this once the live stream ends. I'm gonna say something which might be very controversial, but I think it's what's gonna happen. Against Empoli on Monday, we get 3 points. Against Helsinki on Thursday, we get 3 points. And against Atalanta on Sunday, we get 3 points. In the next 3 games, I am almost convinced that we will get 9 points. It doesn't look like we are capable of doing it, seeing our latest performances. But I have seen a reaction from the team when we were performing really badly last season. And I think this will happen again. We cannot lose points against Empoli. Suddenly, the Empoli match has become the most important match until the international break. Because if we lose points against Empoli, we massively drop down in the league. Also, we're playing on Monday night, which triggers your psychological side, because everyone plays before you, and there are going to be teams who win, therefore they're going to jump in form, and they're just going to jump in before you, so you are forced to get a reaction. Monday nights trigger a lot, Monday night football, but that's the way it is. More times to rest. Let's look at the positive note, and I think that's what's going to happen. I think there is going to be a reaction, and I think this reaction will bring us to get 9 points out of the next 3 games. But yeah, to do this, we just have to step up. We just have to come up with a plan. Because you see, right now we do not have a plan. I'll say this again, we don't know what to do with the ball. That is our problem right now. So yeah, that's something which we need to sort out, and I'm sure it will be sorted out, but it needs to be sorted out ASAP, as soon as possible, because otherwise we lose points, and I'll say it again, if we don't get 3 points against Helsinki, we're out of Europa League, confirmed, because this already puts a lot of pressure on us, having lost against Ludogorets. We cannot allow ourselves to lose against Helsinki, and if we do, it's going to be so hard to catch back. But yeah, situation is this. Player ratings, I mean, very... Svilar, I'm not too convinced. Again, I've seen that second goal again. There isn't nothing he could have done, but I don't know, maybe Rui Patricio could have brought more experience. I don't know, I'm just rambling on. But still, he conceded 2 goals, so it can't be higher than a 5. I liked Cilic, and I would have rather seen Cilic than Spina get in, but Cilic, I think played well, and I think he's showing Mourinho that he's better than Karsdorp. Mancini, Smalling, and Ibanez were crap yesterday, all of them crap, because you cannot concede the 2 goals you conceded. Zalewski started well in the first half, but then dropped back down in the second half. Cristante and Matic, I've said it, cannot play together. It's like playing with it's like copying and pasting the same player again. That's the problem with them. They're very slow. And they punished us on counterattacks, and that was your biggest problem yesterday. Dybala is the only one who seems to be doing something, but again, he can't do everything by himself. Belotti was invisible yesterday, I will be honest, but again, I'll find an excuse for him. He's new, he still needs to get adapted and stuff. So Belotti is the only player which I can save from yesterday's bad performance. And then my last final comment of the stream goes on Shomurodov, because I think it could be argued that he could get more minutes in his legs. He got subbed in yesterday. You can see that he wanted that reaction, and he scored a goal. So who knows? Maybe Shomurodov to start against Empoli. I think if Tammy's back, I don't know. I would start Tammy, but just because you look at it and I just see Tammy score more goals than Shomurodov, but who knows? I mean, Shomurodov definitely was my man of the match yesterday, so congratulations to him. In a tough moment where he hasn't been given a lot of time, a lot of minutes, he steps up. So yeah, that's definitely a good reaction. But yeah. So ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button and also smash the like button in this video as well. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram over there in the orange box, or at Simon_AS and yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow for Empoli's match preview, which is very, very, very important. Let me read some comments. Who does everyone think would be captain if Pellegrini continues to fail? I definitely give Pellegrini another chance. If Pellegrini gets his armband, you see what the problem is if Pellegrini gets his armband off, he's just going to start playing even worse. So I'm saying stick with Pellegrini because I think it's just a bad form period. He will be back. If I had to choose, I'd probably go with Smalling as well. But yeah. We need new signings to adapt quickly and our injured players to come back soon. We will get better. I'm sure as well. We will get better. But yeah, I'll catch you soon. Lads and lasses, Simon out.